Phillip Schofield has now given his first interview. Let's see what he says regarding the affair and everything surrounding it. We've all been waiting to see what he says and hear what he says. And here's a clip.
You were in a position of power over them. You used your power eventually to give them something they craved, which was a shot at a job in the media. You nurtured a relationship, and then that relationship became sexual. And they might ask, what's the difference between that and grooming?
So there you have. He's asking the question: have you groomed this guy?
I would say that the initial list of things was not right anyway.
Tell me why.
Because it was a totally innocent picture, a totally innocent Twitter follow, of which I follow 11,400 people, and then it was a completely innocent backwards and forwards over a period of time about a job, about careers. You know, I mean.
So now he's saying these events leading up to him meeting this kid and giving him a job is just coincidence. He just followed him innocently. He went to dinner innocently, and he gave him a job innocently.
You do that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with talking to someone, no matter what age they are? Does that mean that if you're following anyone on Twitter that you absolutely don't talk to anybody else, or you don't give advice? So I disagree with the summation that you just gave, because that does paint a very grave picture.
In which case, why do you say it was unwise? Because you're clearly sensitive to the power differential, and you're clearly mindful of the dangers of abuse of power.
The brief communications backwards and forwards, up to the point that he came to work on this morning, I think was just chat.
So there you have it. He's literally just saying, look, it was just a coincidence. It just happened to be that, we were talking and I gave him a job. Do you guys agree? Do you think he was grooming, or do you think it was all innocent and there's nothing underlying in this case?
What was unwise was the fact that it happened, and that was a very, very grave error. Now, it was consensual,
here we go.
But it was my fault.
As a child, you were...
So here now, let's see what he says about his career.
Innocent person here who didn't do anything wrong. Who is vulnerable and probably feels like I do. And I just have to say, stop with him. Okay with me, but stop with him. Leave him alone now.
You mentioned this young man, and at the centre of recent events is a young man who, together with many others in the media, we're not going to name. Under Article 8 of the Human Rights Act, he has a right to privacy, and he's not here today to give his own account of events. When did you last speak to him?
As I engaged the lawyer for him. He needed independent support, and so that was the last time.
Is that a few weeks ago now?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Okay. How concerned are you about his welfare right now?
Massively concerned.
So it seems like he still cares for this guy. I wonder if they're still in contact though.
When did you first meet this young man in question? What were the circumstances?
Is an interesting
I was
question.
invited by a friend of mine to go to open a drama school, and that's where the picture was taken.
So he met the kid at drama school.
Whether it was immediately or sometime after, he said, "Will you follow him on Twitter, because he's a fan?" So I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem," which I did.
And he was, 15 at the time?
Yeah.
And this is over...
Okay, his age. So he was 15 when he met him.
But I follow 11,300 people, and in all the time I've been on Twitter, there has never been any whiff of...
So, you can keep speculating, but I guess he's giving quite clear answers as to what's happened now. He's met the kid at 15 years old. He was asked, "Can you follow me on Twitter?" So you could argue it was innocently. He just agreed, "Yeah, sure, mate. Why not?" Just to make the kid happy. So what do you guys think about it? Let me just see what he's talking about his wife now. Check this
person
out.
you've given the biggest apology to, or who was the person it was hardest for you to tell?
Steph.
And how did you do that?
She got off a plane and I phoned her up and I texted her and said, I need to talk to you, I've got something to tell you. And she called me back and I told her, and she was very, very angry.
How did she?
There you go. So that's how he broke the news to his missus. Obviously the whole world knows about it, but I'm sure he broke it to her first. Maybe he broke it to her because he knew it was coming out, the affair. What do you guys think about Phillip Schofield? Is he innocent in all this, or does he deserve everything that he's getting at him? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.